Today's topic is how to grow your practice through public relations. This is different than marketing, this is different than advertising, and it's different than promotion. So let's have a look. So here we go, how to grow your practice through public relations. This is something that's different than a lot of marketing companies are talking about. You got to market doing this, and you got to do social media, and you got to do this, and you got to do that. Okay, those are all good. They're all important. Your Google reviews, your website, all those things, they're very important. But there's another thing that you should have attention on, and that's called public relations. This is not selling your service or your product. It delivers ideas and impressions that you want people to think about your practice. All right, so you want to influence the opinion of the potential public you want to attract to your practice. Basically, they don't know you, so you need to get them to know you before you start selling and marketing and social media and all that kind of stuff. You want to get people to actually like who you are, right? So first you have to decide, what is your image that you want to portray? How do you want to be thought of? You could be an eco-natural products kind of service or practice. You could be a family practice, really featuring kids and parents and elderly. You could use the point that there's some language diversity in your practice. Some of your staff speak other languages. That's a really good thing. And maybe you're a sports-oriented practice. So you have to choose, what image do you want people to think of when they think of your practice? You know, to do this, you can be part of community activities. There's often fundraising things going on in different areas of the city or the country where you are. There's local street festivals, pretty much annually anywhere. You could have a Santa Claus parade in your town, right? And those are fun to be in. You can even make a little float. And if you really focus on kids, you can have a little car made to look like a Santa sleigh and put one of your children in it. It's very cute. Saw it done. There's local booklets that are sometimes published with all the different businesses in the area. I know there is one in our area in Toronto. And there's newsletters that are often distributed or part of the community campaigns. You could write an article for that. And like, think bigger than that. Think about, do you know you could have an article published in Chatelaine Magazine or Canadian Living, you know, one of the popular magazines that are both online and hard copy are still being bought, right? So they are available. I have seen really good articles on different professions written by the professional. So the next thing is, there's a lot of groups you can belong to online on Facebook. I know I accidentally got part of one. Not because I had a baby, my baby's a little grown up, but it's called Ladies with Babies. And it's the funniest thing, because they'll hold the baby's bottom up to the screen and go, is this a rash? Does anybody know what this is? Like, that's the kind of groups you actually want to be part of, because let's say they're talking about, my 1-year-old is getting her teeth and I'm not sure if I should be worried they're crooked, you know? So, you know, what should I do about that? Well, if you're a dentist, you could hop on. If you're a naturopath, you could tell them what's wrong with the baby's bottom. So whatever profession you are, you know, you could belong to different groups. So it's all about public relations. So how about your website? Did you realize that that is actually part of your public relations, what people think about you based on what's on your website? And it's your vehicle. It's your public relations vehicle. Think of it that way, to tell people about you and your staff and your practice culture. So another one is your Google reviews. These are actually very important. They are part of your public image. If you do really ridiculously good, passionate care to your patients, and they write ridiculously passionate, loving reviews about you, this is public image, okay? So, and by the way, don't worry if you have a bad one once in a while. There's a rule, 1 bad, 13 good ones. So you know, if you don't have a bad one at all and you have like 115 5-star Google reviews, that's weird. That's so unusual because people are people and they aren't always kind and nice and thoughtful. Okay, here's another one. You could be on a radio show or on TV. There are shows like one of our clients who's a veterinarian, she went on a TV show in the city that she's in. The station TV station called her and said, we want to do a half-hour veterinary show where people can phone in and ask questions about their animals and the problems that they're having with them. And so she did it every week, Saturday morning, half-hour show, popular. And this got her very, very well known. Of course, it grew the practice quite tremendously. So these are free ones. So you can't pay for advertising for most of the professions. It's not legal on your rules, but you can be on for free. And there's an open house that you can do. Like in Winnipeg, one of our clients got really involved with doing an open house during harvest season. They call it harvest. And he went to all the neighboring businesses, like the flower store. She gave him coupons. So people coming to this got these $2 little cactus plant coupons that they could go over and get for nothing. And there was another store that was a hamburger joint, and they gave out coupons. And so this really popularized all the other businesses as people came into his place and they were handed out these coupons. And so, you know, it's just an idea on how to get your whole community being part of it and including them and so on. So they all got business from the coupons and door crashers that they gave out. So PR is different than marketing and advertising. I hope you got the idea from what I said today. It really is important to separate them out and think, now I'm going to do some public relations for the practice. Let's get some ideas going. Ask your staff. You can have them watch the video, but then have them come up with some ideas that might be unique to your area. So there you go. So that's today's topic covered, and I hope you got something out of it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and give me a like for today, and keep your eye on us. We have more.